Hey, welcome in, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. We are back at it here, guys. Pub Sports Radio. We got the Pub Hub, myself, Conor Mac. We're bringing you guys the heat again. Coming off a couple winners, guys. Been a nice start to the year there.
Couple. Come on, brother. 60-1. Hey, I got to stop you. You can bullshit around. We got all day today. We're not on time constraint. Beers are flowing. Yeah, great hit, man.
Hey, man.
I'm kicking myself. I didn't have Neiman because I'm a big fan of his, and I've used him a ton last year. Just man, great win, great call, wire to wire.
And we
talked about his talent, right?
Yeah,
did we not?
It's like a race, in a horse race. Any more track there? I think he might have fell apart there. Morikawa was charging. I was getting a little worried with Morikawa. He's such a good ball striker. Just if he had a couple more holes, he could have very well caught him. But yeah, no, Neiman, his ball striking was just on par, and his around the green stats, I think I was talking about it on the last show, they're just kind of slowly rising. And if you have those around the green stats with, he's pretty deep off the tee too. I thought, this guy's should get off to a nice start, and he did. And I actually took him off. He wasn't on my original six pack, buddy. I had someone else, and I snuck Neiman on. I think it was him and Peters I added. So I did that again this week. I've added in a couple guys that weren't originally on my card. So we'll see if we can pump out another one here, guys.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing was, though, the flat stick got hot because he hasn't been, that's what's streaky with him a little bit. Unbelievable. Like you said, decent for his size and everything. He hits the ball good off the tee. Solid iron player and decent. But his flat stick's been that hot and cold part. Hey, he's only 23. Shit, can't rag on him too much. And he's got all the talent in the world, like we talked about last week. But right away, those two first rounds have obviously tied the record low, or whatever, or had the record low, 36 holes. So
one thing about that tournament too, like we saw Seamus Power do that a couple weeks ago. It's just on the tournament he did it at, guys. There were so many more birdies available at this course. It was so much tougher to catch up to a guy that had that kind of a lead. So luckily, guys like Morikawa started to get hot near the end, but no one really was making a move in days 2 and 3. So just a really tough track. The one we're going to here, guys, we're going to Florida now. Florida swing. It's going to be the Honda Classic. Palm trees. A lot of water. Typical Florida course. You're going to have water. What do I have here? 26 water hazards, 78 bunkers, 16 of the 18 holes have water. So right away, you're going to have some kind of accuracy. It's 7,000 yards too, guys. So it's not the farthest of tracks. Par 70. You have 2 extra par 4s. You're losing 2 par 5s. So right away, it's more of a par 3, par 4 fest. Actually, par 3s here, Connor, I looked up 4th toughest scoring on the tour, the par 3s here. So right away, you're going to have to be making a stat I have here for you guys. It's birdies or better on par 3s. That's going to be really key here, in my opinion. Guys that can take advantage of these par 3s because a lot of them are on islands. You know what I mean?
I'll be right back.
Surrounded by water. Absolutely. No worries. They're surrounded by water there, guys. So right away, you're going to have to be, we're going to have looking at strong golfers with birdie or better stats, par 3s, and they're the 14th toughest par 4s. So right away, you're going to be a plotter, as we like to say here. Kind of keep it straight, avoid as much water as you can. Stay out of the palm trees. The rough's not too bad. It's going to be Bermuda here too, guys. We're not dealing with any of the POA or the bent grass. So a lot of the putting stats of late, you don't really need to take too much into consideration. It's a flat course too, typical parkland style here over in Florida. What else can we talk about? Smaller greens. You're going to have some accuracy. Second shot's going to be huge here, guys. It's more of a second shot course. Another big stat we have here is under 125 greens in regulation from 125 in. I think that's going to be huge. There's also going to be some wind here, wind weather here. I got some weather stats for you guys. We got it all here, baby. Pub Sports Pub Hub. 21 kilometers. That equates to about, I think, 12 miles an hour. 28 Celsius, which is about, I think that's in the upper 80s. So it's going to be a warmer tournament here. It's going to be a little bit of wind though too, so you're really going to have that second shot dialed in. You're going to be dealing with a little bit of wind. Caddy knowledge will be very important here. The more you play at this course, the more you know kind of when to go for it, when not to. Par 3s though, Connor, in my opinion, buddy, they're going to be huge. The par 3s too, guys, you're dealing with 217, 226, and they're pretty much on islands.
That's what I was going to bring up, the water. And yeah.
Number 5 and number 7. Just looking at 5 here. Yeah, you're hitting over pretty much a swamp onto a green that pretty much hugs the water. So if you got the tugs, if you're missing a little bit off these par threes, guys, you're going to be losing a lot of strokes. And right away, 3.27 average on 5, 3.09 on 7. It doesn't get any easier on the back 9, 15 and 17, 179, 190, but they still play over par. So right away, guys, that's going to be a huge stat. There's a lot of par 4s, which a lot of them play over par. And the par 5, number 3 is going to be 538, number 18, 604. So a little bit of distance there, but they're not too tough by any means. I showed everyone in the chat here. Real Deal Prime. I know he's been waiting for this one. Appreciate you, my guy. Sammy Calmer, Dennis. Monday night's going to be the new spot, buddy. Not so much Monday night. Maybe it could be more so 1:30 afternoon.
More, yeah, 1:30 afternoon.
Yeah,
little time after this, but Mondays we have the open time, so it'll be 1:30 Eastern around there. We're trying to get it out a little bit earlier. Some of the stuff, even if we don't put it out on Twitter, we just want to get the show out, and then we could put our stuff out like tomorrow or whatever. We want to get out some of our definitely early looks. And sorry about today with the time. We thought we'd go a little early, little mix up, but nothing big. But we had to get it done today. Wanted to get it out, so we might not be cracking as much live as I thought we earlier today. So
yeah, and another thing too, Dennis, you know this, you can get the better numbers. A lot of the time, I'm almost putting in my 6-pack. I was doing this for the Wednesday show. I was getting it locked in on Monday, so it's good that we can get these numbers out a lot earlier too and get the best of the numbers. So we'll dive into the 6-pack here just shortly. Some stats I want to look at here. I was talking about it just a couple minutes ago. Greens in regulation from 125 in. I got the top 10 players in this tournament. Louis Oosthuizen's in there, Connor. He's 92% from 125 in. That's only in 13 rounds, so a smaller sample size. Ryan Palmer second. Taylor Moore, very popular pick, 66-1. You don't usually see him up there. No. Gary Woodland, 89% as well. Mito Pereira, Sink, Kirk, Hughes, Bezoutenhout, and Aaron Ray. So those are some guys that definitely take advantage of being accurate, at least hitting the green and not worrying about hitting hazards, because I didn't bring this up too, Connor. This is, I believe, what it was, 5th or 8th. What do I have here? 5th highest on tour for penalty strokes average, guys. So you definitely can lose a lot of strokes by hitting a lot of the water here. So right away, you're going to want to have a strong greens in regulation from 125 in. Not so much off the tee. Off the tee is going to be important, but it's a second shot course for sure. Now, birdies are better. I was talking about that just a couple minutes ago, Connor. Birdies are better on par 3s. Higo is actually at the top there at 20% so far this year. It's going to be his first time at this event, so he didn't make the card. Bo Hostler, 19% right now. He was T60 and then T38. So he hasn't done too bad in his last couple events there. We've seen him be in the mix, just has a little bit of issues off the tee sometimes.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed, 19% as well. Birdies are better on par 3s. Wise, Herschel, Noren, Neiman, Mitchell, who's a guy who's, I don't have him, Connor, but 30. His number's a little low.
Mitchell's, yeah.
But he checks a lot of boxes there. Sam Ryder too.
Yeah.
Got a hole in one a couple weeks ago. Michael Thomas and Thompson, and then Mackenzie Hughes round out the top. Birdies are better on par 3s, and a lot of those guys have played here, and a couple of those guys will be in our 6-pack. Do you got anything there, Connor? I'm gonna get in the 6-pack next, but do you got anything, brother? You touched on a bunch here just from the last few years. I was looking at, and not everyone's maybe in this field, but you nailed it. Like Fleetwood, at this course, Westwood, Hagee, Ricky Fowler, Berger, Wise, just some of the guys top strokes gained here at this course the last few years. I kind of was looking at a top 10 the last couple of years here, and the guys that are playing, there was a few other guys, but they're not in it. And you talked about Mitchell's on there, and he's had an unreal record here. That's why he's really far up than you normally see him. He's playing good
still
golf.
A good golfer. Yeah. Solid golf. Yeah. Not a great number though. You're getting on him this week because he's played so well here in the past.
Yeah, the field's kind of it's kind of a weaker field, to be honest. Like I like a lot of the guys in the middle of the pack here. It's other than Sung J M's the favorite. You don't usually see Sung J M
10-1 too. Oof.
Yeah, 12-1. Then you got Burger.
Or 12-1 right around there. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Burger Town's next too, Connor. He's been banged up. Koepka's in the event. Neiman back to back. Horschel. Sorry. Let's dive into this here though, guys. I appreciate you tuning in here on your Monday night. Colton there sweating at the Syracuse Ohio game. Hopefully, Ohio State game. Hopefully, bring that home, my guy.
Yeah. What up, bro?
Any questions you guys have to throw it out here? Any golfers? Do you have a question about six packs, top 20s, matchup bets? I know they're not out yet, but yeah, throw them in the chat. We'll be rocking and rolling for a bit here. All right, let's see if we can hit another outright here, guys. See if we can make it 3 for 3. First one on the card here. It's going to be Shane Lowry. I'm going to go with Shane Lowry here. He's been he hasn't played this event too much here. If I just look at Lowry here. Where do I have him? He's 3 of his last 3 made cuts. 3 of his last 5, made cuts. He was also T21 in 2020, and he did not play at the Genesis. So he's had a little bit of time off. I'm just going to bring up Lowry here for us, guys. Lowry here, he's been playing tougher events here over in Dubai. Abu Dhabi here, he was T12, gaining strokes all over the place. It was just his putter. His approach and off the tee was strong. And then in the next event he went to, guys, was the Dubai Desert Classic. Again, gaining strokes all over the place, Connor. And then to finish it off, Saudi Arabia, their T14. Stronger competition. The only thing is going to be him coming over. But the thing is, he didn't play last week, so he's at least been over here for more than a week. That's North America. I have seen no reason to not take Shane Lowry here. He's got a strong off the tee and approach. And I think if you're going to be leaving yourself in good spots on the green, because if you're not hitting the green, you're in the rough, Connor, and you can't get that spin out of the rough right away. It's tougher to hold the greens. Being a little more sand, have to use your scramble game a lot more. So guys like Lowry, he's going to be great off the tee in my opinion here, guys. He's going to have a solid approach shots in, and it's just going to come down to his flat stick. Yeah. What do you think there, Connor? What do you think of him?
I love him. The Irishman, he's solid. I just don't love the price, but that's what we're getting kind of this week.
I don't.
It's not crazy. I mean, 25 to 1 around there where you can get him right now.
Shop around. You know what I found a pinnacle there? 38 to 1 on Lowry.
Yeah, shop around. Okay, because just going off one spot, because I told you, Gogster, and I do it on Monday, but I always do my last stuff even Wednesday. Like, I'll jump on players, but there's so many different lines from square shops to sharp shop. It's insane. A guy is like that, 22 to 1 or 26 to 1, somewhere else, and he's 38 to 1. I'm for real. I'm dead serious.
It's like when you go to the grocery store, you're getting bacon on sale over here. It's like, holy shit, they're selling it for, $2 a pound. It's like $4.50 over there. It's like, just shop around, guys.
Golf's crazy though. That's the only place I've seen where, there's a lot of fluctuation on some of these players where one book doesn't have it from the rest. One of the squares books, period, I used to say, William Hill, they've gotten now on it. But I remember a year and a half, 2 years ago, they'd have unreal numbers for golfers, but everything else, they're the squarest book in town. But you'd go, wow, how am I getting such unreal numbers? So, yeah, you got to shop around. Obviously, you got to have tons of multiple books, but look around because you're exactly right. You can find totally different numbers for all these guys. But most places right now, he's around that number. That's all I was just trying to throw. But, yeah, great price on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, shop around. I think that's a good number. We're starting off the card there, guys, with Shane Lowry. He's 33 to 1, too, at some other books. So if you can get him at least over, 33, 39 range, I think that's a solid number to start off our card there. It's going to be a 6-pack this week, too, guys. Number 2, let's get right into the next one here. It's going to be Mackenzie Hughes, the local one here, Canadian guy, kid. He checks the box for a couple of the key stats here, guys. Right away, Mackenzie Hughes, where do we have him here? He's 88%, almost 90% right here from greens and regulation from 125 in this year. That's 15th in the tour. So right away, I like that stat. He's got a solid short game. And then another one here is going to be birdies or better. He's nearly 17%, 16.5. That's 60th on the tour, which isn't too bad. Anything in the top 100 in those two stats, I consider that to be a bet-on guy. And Hughes, just bringing up Hughes here on our stats here. You can't go wrong with our website here, Data Golf. If you guys don't know about that one, highly recommend you guys checking that out. Data Golf here brings up Hughes. He was kind of hit and miss kind of guy. RSM second, came back to the Farmers this year, missed the cut. T16 at the Pebble, missed the cut at the Genesis, much tougher event. He wasn't awful in any of his strokes gained though, Connor. His off the tee was minus 0.2. Approach was pretty much even. around the green, minus 0.7. His putting, though, the guy's one of the best putters on the tour. So if he's showing me from what the numbers are here, guys, his birdie or better on par threes is up there, along with his greens in regulation from 125 in. A plotter type of golfer here should be able to just keep it straight without avoiding too much water. And if he has a hot putter, he's going to take advantage of guys that are going to be right there, but just can't make the putt. So give me Mackenzie Hughes here, guys. He's going to start off the number 2 on the 6-pack there, number 2 on the can. It's going to say Mackenzie Hughes 50-1. Shout out to Mackenzie Hughes, Canadian guy here. Yeah, solid short game. I think.
I gotta admit, tell you, all your Canadian guys I do shows with, gotta throw out. He's a Canadian guy.
Hey man, we love it.
For every dollar I had to say he's an American guy, I'd be rich.
Hey, it's an American world. It's an American world where us Canadians are just living in it. So,
yeah.
What's going on, Nasty Nate? There, appreciate you tuning in, buddy. How you doing, brother?
What up?
We'll see him in San Antonio. I believe Nasty Nate's going to be there, so look forward to that, my guy. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Doing the golf show here. Second pick there was Mackenzie Hughes, 50-1. I think the guy's just going to be able to plot around this course and keep it out of the water. That's the big thing. 16 of 18 holes got water, which is not good. You don't want to be found in the water, guys. Bad. You got problems, big problems. Number 3 here. I added this guy. This is one of the additions. I took off. I'm going to tell you what I took off. I took off Wise. I was originally going to take.
I don't blame you.
Everything was telling me to take Wise. Greens in regulation, 125 in, 153rd. That's kind of what threw me off. And another thing is he's not. Let me just bring him up here really quickly. Even though this guy's not on the 6-pack, I kind of want to tell you why. Mackenzie Hughes around the green has not been that impressive in his approach. Very up and down, which isn't like the guy off the tee. Not the greatest. So the guy I do want, Connor, who is playing well. See if you can guess him. Take one shot.
Where are we going here though?
So
no Wise American?
He's not American, no.
I'm looking at in the same price range, you mean, or near there?
Right around there, yeah.
I mean, I've looked at 2 guys in Knox and Jones. Two guys I've looked at. Who is the guy?
It's not Knox or Jones. It is an international. It's Christian Bezet.
Oh, I thought you. Oh yeah, Bezerner. Yeah, he's same right around that price. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the guys.
A lot of people I've seen. He's the hot handle lately.
I had to add him. I see why, buddy. Like he's doing his approach is solid, which is usually he's not the greatest off the tee in his approach.
Yeah.
Like if you look last year, he's like Mackenzie Hughes putting. He barely lost strokes on any of his putting surfaces he was on, especially Bermuda. He was solid. Around the green, he was good. It was just his off the tee. He had problems off the tee last year. This year, he's 4 of his 6 events. He's been positive strokes off the tee. He's missed 1 cut. That was last week, which I think that only motivates a golfer, in my opinion. Last time he missed a cut, he came back T17. Kristen Bezet had guys shop around as well. I got him at 64-1. 64-1, guys. So really shop around. Just no reason, in my opinion, for him not to do well. I already talked about it. Greens in regulation, he's 87%. That's top 15 on the tour. And then looking at what he does on the where is Christian Bezet? Here he is. One thing would be birdies are better on par threes. He's 13%, 138th. That's kind of his one thing. But the way he's approaching off the tee is, I'm not too worried about that. I think this guy is a very good chance. He hasn't won. Just looking at his stats here, if he's won. He won back in 2020 there, guys. 2020, 3 wins. They were all on the European Tour and one on the Challenge Tour, whatever that was. So, yeah, I think right away, Christian Bezet, he's going to be a guy that's pretty damn close. Plotter, too. If he's solid off the tee, if he keeps it, because if it's off the tee goes south, which, to be honest, I don't think it does. He had a bad round last week. I think he bounces back. And his putting it's been proven. So Bezet, guys, Bezet, whatever you want to call him. Christian, he's going to be number 3 on the 6-pack there, 64-1. I think this guy's going to be a solid play this week. He's close. Number 4 on the card here is going to be Ryan Palmer. A lot of these guys I have here is key from greens and regulation, 125 in. I think that's going to be huge. If you're not up there with your greens and regulation in here, you're going to be finding the water, or you're not. There's not much room to miss. You know what if you guys know what I mean here. Greens are also small, so the rough's not too bad, but you will have to possibly have a lot of bunkers. Not so much a lot of bunkers, but you chances of getting in the bunkers based on the small greens is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Ryan Palmer, he's going to be number 4. He's 69-1. Again, shop around for that one. Ryan Palmer here. He's made 3 of his last 5 cuts, T4 in 2019, T17 in 2020, and then he didn't play the following year. So this guy's been top 20 his last couple events. Ryan Palmer, he's also, this is a big one here, 90% greens in regulation from 125 in. That's 8th on the tour. That's probably one of the best out of all of our 6-pack players.
Unreal.
Yeah.
It's all about the putter.
Yeah, it's all about his putter. Exactly. And his birdie or better. What do we have him at here? 13.68, 128, but middle of the pack. But yeah, Palmer, it's all about his putter. Excuse me. His off the tee and his approach stats have just been, they've been paused off the tee. He hasn't lost any strokes off the tee all year, dating back to 2021, October 10th at the Shriners. It's just been his putter. Connor said it. He hasn't really gained any strokes with his putter, but we're going over to Bermuda. This is where he's a lot more comfortable. He's been playing on POA and a little bit of bent. So, yeah, dating back to last year, what do we have here? Players, he was plus 1.08. Valero, another Bermuda, plus 0.68. Yeah, Charles Schwab, 1.04. So this guy definitely performs a lot better on the putting surfaces when he's over here in the East Coast. So I think Ryan Palmer, guys, 60, what do I have him at? 69-1. I think that's a solid play. He's going to be number 4. On the 6-pack. It comes down to just staying in the fairway, in my opinion, in your second shot. If you get that second shot and you're in the fairway for the most part, more so the second shot, then you're going to be in a better – you're not going to be losing strokes is the best way to put it. This is actually one of the toughest courses on the whole tour, guys, from 150 in. It's the toughest on the tour by a couple whatever decimals or whatever you want to say, but based on numbers. But it's definitely going to be a course you're going to have a good second shot, or else you're going to just lose too many strokes going in the water. So I think Palmer should be able to cover us there. Number 5, we had this guy a couple times. We're going to Chris Kirk. Man. He's from over here. I know he's from, I think it's Georgia. I think he went to Georgia or at least the Atlanta area. He hasn't won since 2020, but off the tee, it's the best off the tee he's been in his whole career. Approach has been solid around the greens, only been getting better for this guy. He was T14 at the Phoenix. It's going to come down to another putter. But this is a guy who does perform, kind of sound like a broken record. It's similar to Palmer. He's going to perform a lot better on Bermuda than what you've seen in the past. And stalled off the tee. Yeah, Kirk here. Sorry, guys, a little brain fart there. Just going here for a bit. T33 in 2018. He missed the cut in 2019. I missed the cut in 2021, but most recently last year he was T25. So he did perform pretty well a year ago. And we're looking at what he's done just in the current season. Off the tee, he's been money. Like coming right out of the oven, nice and hot. But yeah, other than that, it's accurate guy too. He's accurate on 2, 4, 6, and 7 of his 8 tournaments. So I think Chris Kirk can be a sneaky play here. I'll go over the first round leaders too. They're very similar to what I've been going over in the 6-pack. But yeah, that's gonna be number 5. I'm gonna let Connor take over here in just a second. Number 6 though on the pack here is gonna be Aaron Rai, guys, 100-1. Aaron Rai, if you guys watch golf, you noticed he was right in the mix in some tough tournaments. Very tee to green, solid golfer. It's going to come down to another putter. He seemed to actually perform quite well over here last year and on Bermuda-style golf courses, because we haven't had much to see from Aaron Rai, guys. It's been all POA for the most part. But yeah, at the workday, which was on Bermuda, he was T18 and he was plus 0.76 on the putting surfaces. That's one of the few in the green you're going to find from Aaron Rai. Other than that, he's had a lot of negative. But that was over in the European Tour, which we don't have as much stats on. So, Aaron Rai, you're getting 100-1 on this guy. So just a couple bucks on him. He's going to be number 6. We always have a longer shot on the 6th can here. So, 100-1 on Aaron Rai. What do you think about that one, Connor?
I like it. I mean, a guy that's been on my radar a little bit, especially last year, the last 6-8 months. I think it's a good play, especially long shot wise. He's a guy I have kind of circled. There's a few guys like him, and I'll go down and then other guys that maybe have played well here, like a John Huh, like some of these longer shots or a steal, they've played well at this course. And then other guys, you're just kind of taking a flyer that play well, and you think they're going to play well going off the stats.
No, yeah,
More of what you're going. You know what I'm saying?
that's it. Yeah. Can I say one thing here really quickly? Is
yeah,
it's like all sports, guys. If you've been there, you kind of get the taste of defeat. You know what it's like. You know, it's like the Rams in the Super Bowl when they lost. My Broncos, we lost in the Super Bowl. Rye, he's been right there. A lot of these guys, Neiman, he's been there a couple times. Even dating back to Scotty Scheffler that we hit with Scheffler, he's been there. So the more guys you see in the mix at the top, the more belief you got to have, in my opinion. So guys like him, who else here? Even Tringali, he's been itching there. He's probably going to break through one of these years. He hasn't won on the tour in nearly 10 years. If you didn't know that, Connor, he's been a while for that guy. But I think Aaron Rye is a nice sneaky play there. That's going to close out the 6-pack. Do you got any picks there, Connor? Or do you want me to jump into my first rounders here?
Go to your first rounders. Right. I actually do. You know, I go over because I'm not finalized, but I'll go over some of mine real quick that I'm looking at to win it. I don't do anything over, like M's a cross out for me. Fleetwood hasn't seen it. He shouldn't be this price, even though he's played well here. Yeah, it's just no way I could do it. I mean, if he wins this, I go good. Congrats to him. Louis, the price just isn't great. Kind of with Berger, they're decent. If I had to go, those would be the two guys.
You know, I was gonna take him too, but I need to see more, especially at that.
Yeah, and Berger, this whole withdrawal or whatever he's dealing with. Horschel's way too high of a price for. I mean, I know he's playing a bit better.
That's another guy. He checked off. If you wanted, from talking about
checks the boxes, but
checked all the boxes here. Like, I'll be really quick here. Horschel, 88%, 23rd from greens in regulation, 125 in, 18.4% birdies or better on par threes, 25th.
Yeah,
right. He's the best in this field when it comes to that. I think it's going to be off the tee. I could be kind of trying to find a flaw in his game right now, but just knowing Billy Horschel and kind of how he operates. If he gets a little offered on his off the tee, then it just kind of slowly falls apart. But he hasn't shown that at all, with Billy. But I'm not going to take him at that number.
Yeah, just the number. That's with him. Same thing with Mitchell. He checks all the boxes here at this course. The number's just not great. Let me keep rolling. Even Jonathan Vegas, his numbers are good here. Koepka, real quick, is a guy I know. They even said he was itching to get back in a place like this, and he does check the boxes. And you're gonna have guys at some spots have Horschel and these guys above Brooks Koepka's price, which is crazy to me because you could still get him anywhere 28 to 1. People have him down or higher. Some places have it down 22, 20 to 1. I've looked around all day, but it's just crazy for me. People saying that his knee's bad. I thought he played well at the Waste Management. He had a bad Sunday, and they just said he didn't love, Riviera. He just hasn't played well there. So I think it's crazy the price there on him.
I think he's a bit of a mental case, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. The guy's got 4 majors. I don't give a rat's ass right now.
You can do whatever you want, but everything I see from him, he just seems like it's like, dude, like who are you? Like, what are you about? Like you just seem like kind of
so's DeChambeau.
Yeah, exactly. Same with DeChambeau. Like they're both kind of oddballs. So it's
real quick, it's the price. I'm going off price. His talent, how good he gets, 28 to 1.
Okay.
Brooks Koepka. And some places, like I just click over to DraftKings, there's 20 to 1 on him here. I'm sure there's higher. I'd have to go to a little more books, but I just have a few up right now. So what price do you got him at?
Let's see at my book right now. Koepka's, where is he? Where's Koepka? 20 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 to 1. DraftKings over here has him 20 to 1 because I have him pulled up over here on the right.
Definitely
but still,
too, like that. There's not many names to a lot of people know. Koepka, maybe Louis.
Yeah.
Like name too, definitely.
And he's above them. That's all I'm saying. And somebody like Billy Horschel's, Koepka. Horschel's played decent lately, but I'm just saying Koepka just missed it at that Waste Management. I just think it's crazy. That's all the price on him. I get it. He's a little out there, but the guy's a winner. I don't know what to tell you. All he does is win majors, and he doesn't win a lot of regular events like this. But Aaron Wise, he checked boxes. Mito Pereira had a great tournament. I don't know if he can repeat it. Shout out to whoever had, I think it was Dan Kelly. I can't remember though last week that had him up there.
Yeah, he did. He had Thigala a couple weeks before that when he was right in the mix. So
yeah.
Danny's
Shout out there.
Proper, I appreciate
Definitely.
it. If someone DM Danny and get him in here, we need his input.
DG's right. Ride him in the majors. He's right. I just meant in a course like this where there's nobody, the big names aren't there, like M's 10-1, but you're gonna give me Koepka 25-1, or M's or whatever, you could get M 14-1. Like, come on, all day long.
Yeah. They're going.
That's what I.
Form.
Well, yeah. How bad's Koepka's form's not that bad. He almost, he was one shot off that playoff on Sunday. He just had a horrible Sunday at the Waste Management. Yeah, that's all. I mean, and he didn't play well. Riviera, and I looked into more of it. He never really played well there, and I took him again. The prices to me, if they're going to keep giving him on him, it's crazy when you got guys like Keith Mitchell right below him. Even Shane Lowry, a guy I love. Shane Lowry won the British Open, unbelievable golf. But give me a break, Jonathan Vegas. So, but real quick, let me just touch on a few that I might take to win. Gary Woodland checks the boxes here. He hasn't won in a minute. So I think since the Waste Management or whatever 2 years ago. He obviously won the U.S. Open about 3 or 4 years ago. But at 75-1, I thought he's a good price. I don't know about to win, but another top 10. He just missed it. Top 20. He had a bad Sunday. It was KH Lee, the guy you had first round leader a couple weeks ago.
KH.
A guy I'm just kind of looking at. And then even a sneaky one just because the price, which a guy I don't like much, and it might be way off. It's just kind of a value play. I might not go crazy on his Patrick Reed. When he starts being 65-1, I get it. He's
the number is
but
crazy. That's a number.
That's what's crazy. I mean, that's what I mean. So he's really out there because these guys aren't in unreal form that are on the top we were talking about.
I heard something from him though, Connor, that Reed changed his swing or he's changed to certain clubs or something like that, and he's having issues.
Yes, he did.
Off the tee, he's got problems. You know what I mean, brother? Like he's putting too much stress on his short game, and it's kind of like wearing him out almost because every time you look at the guy, he seems like he's scrambling
around
the fairway, right? So
and he doesn't need to scramble. He needs to be on point, and scrambling kind of like backs him out. He can't be scrambling all the time, or he's just going to shoot fucking even or whatever.
Been doing that too much lately. I wonder if he's hurt or something, but. Yeah, going to Gary Woodland. I was looking at Gary too. His numbers for this course look are really good. The only reason I didn't take him is just he's missed 4 of his last 5 cuts. Like
I know
his approach is right now a little off, so he could either be right there, you know what I mean, brother, or he could just plus 8 miss the cut kind of thing. So
I agree. Go ahead, get into your ones because I'm not done. Just some guys I'm looking at because I got to see value. Like I don't even know Louis a guy that I would think about taking.
You're a value guy, I know.
Even over Berger though, like those guys, I just don't want to take around 20-1 or below or near, right around. I guess it's okay. Like Fleetwood, no way. I mean, he's
Tommy.
Next, So just not right now. Nothing against Fairway Jesus, but I don't. I just don't want him here in this spot. But go ahead, get to your.
Let's keep it going there. So if you guys are just tuning in, I'll go through the 6-pack again quickly. It's Lowry 38, Hughes 50, Bezadenhout 64, Palmer 69, Kirk 70, and Aaron Rye at 100-1. Round 1 leaders, first round leaders. We're trying to go again 3 for 3 in the last 2 weeks. There, guys. Coming out hot off the kettle. Lowry 35-1, Bezadenhout 50-1, Hughes 50-1. Palmer 55, Kirk 66, Rye 70. Couple additions here we're going to throw at Lucas Glover. This guy's been playing solid golf here. Off the tee approach, he's pretty good. He's awful putting over here. He can't putt on these POA bent grass style. He's really good at the Bermuda style. And off the tee approach, he's had plenty of rounds here. Where do I have my guy? Where do I have him? He's going to, in my opinion, Glover, he's 60-1. I got to pull his stats up here, Connor, actually. He's a guy.
I love him this week for top 10 or 20.
Pack,
For sure. Yeah. And when he gets going, he could flat out win it. Like it's either exactly. And he's really turned his career around after winning the US Open. It really was a lull for about like 4 or 5 years. But in the last couple, Yeah, he's starting to play better golf, and he changed his swing. I think he had some personal shit going on, his personal, but he's starting to play good golf again. And yeah, his putter is his main key. But if he's rolling, he's a guy that will be right there at the top.
Come out of the gate hot. He was T5 at the Sony, plus
Yeah.
2.35 approach, plus 2.3333 total. He missed the cut at Pebble, 37th at the Phoenix Open, T33 at the American Express. But it's really over here, similar to kind of like Kirk, Palmer. A lot of these guys seem to play a lot better on the Bermuda. Last year at Valero, where we're going to be at, Pub Sports Radio, March 31st, he was fourth. And at this Honda last year, he was T19, and he gained 1.62 strokes on the putting surfaces, which is huge. And he was actually minus in his approach. Kind of a hot golfer right now, Glover. His last 2 rounds haven't been his best, but I think he's a guy, first-round leader. Not so much win the whole tournament, guys, but first 18 holes, he could come out with like a -6, -7, I think. So we're going to add him there. Lucas Glover, 60-1. And then the last one here, number 8 there. We got a little bit, but this guy's a couple golfers on here. Eight golfers, first-round leader. But Hosler, Bo Hosler. I brought him up a couple minutes ago there. Bo Hosler, he's 75-1. The big thing about Bo Hosler, though, guys, he's his off the tee could be his one problem, right? You know, he's a little left to right off the tee. But he was 3rd place. His putter was solid. Off the tee is the big thing of late, though. The thing is of late, if you're not good at something, but you're slowly getting better at it, yeah, that's the guy I want to bet on. If you're not good at approach and your approach is not that good, right? Then I got to see it kind of thing. This guy has off the tee has been his problem, and it's been solved the last 4 rounds. So if you look at his history, Bo Hosler, he's got a lot to prove. But first round leader, 75-1. I'm going to throw him on the card there, Connor. That's going to be the 8th on the first years.
And shout out here, Big Show. You can even jump in and chime in. I love Fleetwood. I just don't love – he's played extremely well here, so that's why backable. I just meant his number to me isn't phenomenal. Like, that's all. Yeah, but he's done unreal here.
I don't think he's got much value first round. I don't think he's got value for the whole round, but I do like his top 10 and top 20.
Top 10, top 20.
Yeah, if you don't mind doing it. Yeah.
Similar to Lowry. He was over there in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, and T48, T12, T8. That's very similar to what Lowry did.
I kind of feel like it's kind of like your Scheffler spot that you hit a couple weeks ago. It's almost in that same range. Like, he's been playing well.
Yeah.
He comes into a course that he does something on, and top 10 and top 20. I'm not asking you to win it. I'm not asking you to win it day one. Like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Big Show there, guys. If Big Show's running the Discord, shout out to our Discord. Check that out, Pub Sports Radio. But yeah, no, I think it's a solid look too. Tommy Fleetwood. My only thing is just kind of like off the tee. He did actually lose strokes. That's why he was T48 at the Abu Dhabi. He was minus 0.84. And if you're not strong off the tee, then you're either finding water or you're gonna have a tougher second shot in to where there's more water. So you're gonna have to, for the most part, be somewhat accurate. It's not huge, but you're gonna want to leave yourself. It's kind of like pool or something like that. You want to leave yourself with an easy second shot because the greens are small and there's a lot of water around them. So that's going to be the top first round leaders. I also have some top 20s there, Connor. Let me know if you want to jump into them or if
rip them. Yeah, I got some too. Go ahead, rip it.
All right, let's do it. They're pretty much all the same here, guys. I'm not flowing too far away from what we've already put out here. Lowry's plus 162, Bezuidenhout's plus 240, Hughes plus 225, Palmer plus 260, Kirk plus 280. Rye plus 350, and then we're also throwing Lucas Glover on there plus 280. I think he can hold himself in the mix there for 4 rounds. So that's 7 top 20s for you guys.
Okay, let me touch on mine real quick. Some guys that circled the boxes for me multiple times that had played well here, and some playing well and some that aren't. And I kind of look at it in top 10s and 20s. Sometimes I do both, sometimes I don't. You mentioned Palmer and Glover already. I kind of mentioned Knox, Steele, Fratelli, Stewart Sink, old guy Sink, plus 700, top 10, Fratelli 900, Steele 900, Doug Gim, the guy's just playing good golf. Not much of a great thing here, but 11-1 for a top 10. And a guy who's a top 10 and 20 that checks all the boxes, played really well here, in the past. John Huh? He's 9-1 top 10 and plus 450 for a top 20. I love that. And Hagee, let's go for a long shot here. He's played unreal at this course. It's just some guys as we look through this every week through some of these courses, these guys just play well. They always make the cut or they get top 20s and 10s. He has done extremely well here. Circled him unreal. So his top 10 is 18-1, but I love his top 20. Even better is 7-1 plus 700. I think it's great value there. Kind of looking at like a kind of sneaky. I'm just waiting. Like, can Cameron Young do this again? I don't think so.
I usually fade guys like that.
Yeah, he's a fade. I mean, but then some deeper ones I'm looking at, like can Jimmy Walker, plus 800 at a top 20. Like Abby Barnrat. I'm looking at something like that, maybe Harry Higgs, Poston. He's had decent numbers here that I went through that had multiple circles for me, especially Hagee, Steele. Obviously, Sergio did his number. His number isn't great, but if you want to play him for a top 20 or 30, I think, as long as he makes a cut, he's there. He'll cash for you. Is he in it? I don't know if he is. He was just a circle from me last night. I don't think he's playing, actually. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think he's in here because I've gone through it. But he was a triple circle for me because how well he's played here. He was kind of like I was telling with Adam Scott. I mean, obviously he would have been a high price, but he was playing so well. Normally he plays this course. He's won here in the past, and he's got like a top 5, a top 10 just in the last 4 or 5 years. So he's not in it. Rory,
Russell Henley. Russell Henley's not in it, and he's not in it.
He's not in it.
Yeah, he
was a circle that multiple circle guy for me here. So yeah, and then I mentioned a guy I think I'm going to take to win maybe top 10 is Jones, who played well last week. He's just playing every week on the tour, and he's doing well, and I think he's a guy.
There's win. Yeah. There's going to be some wins. So yeah, he plays well in the win too.
Yeah, and you could get him anywhere from 70 to 60-1. Shop around, but I think he's a price that could win this at that number. So that's about it, brother.
I like it. All right, guys, that's pretty much all. I think I got one more thing here, guys. Make the cut parlays. You got to throw in a little make the cut parlay. I know everyone likes sweat that out till Friday, get paid for the weekend. I got 3 of them here. We're going to go first one, Lowry. I think he's going to be solid here. I think he keeps in the fairway. Even if he does lose a couple strokes, the guy's good enough to make it up. It's going to come down to his putter, and to be honest, I trust Shane Lowry. Next one's going to be Mackenzie Hughes, another one, plotter, Canadian kid, slowly coming into his own. Again, another guy that's just going to keep it in the fairway, guys. Keep it in the fairway. And number 3, we originally going to have Wise in there, but number 3 on the Make the Cut parlay is going to be Christian Bezuidenhout. I just expect Bezuidenhout to do nothing wrong. The guy's made like 4 of his last 5 cuts off the tee. That's been his one issue, and he's been only getting better off the tee. So you got to like what you're seeing from Christian Bezuidenhout. That's plus 162, guys. We cash that on Friday if all 3 of them make the cut, and I think we have a really good chance of doing that. So that's going to be the last play, I think. Matchup bets. Only one matchup bet I really like. It's actually fading one of the guys you brought up was Stuart Sink. Sink's just had an awful approach. He's missed a lot of cuts. Obviously, he doesn't like playing over in the West Coast. Aaron Rye over Sink, minus 110. I think that's a solid look. The guy's been money, where Sink has just been fading the opposite direction. Going to be a bit of a test if he's coming over from the West Coast. But
he only had good numbers here. That was kind of my thing. And an older guy. And kind of like Lucas Glover, a guy who's played well the last few years. I mean, that was a better golfer. He's kind of fallen older now. And he's even older than Glover. But had some decent starts and stuff. And he has played well here in the past. But I don't blame you. Just one for me that I was looking at a little bit for maybe a top 20 or so.
Yeah, you said it best. Like it's previous course record and what you've done recently. The only thing was to Sink. If Sink did a little, with a little bit better form, and he's coming to a place where he even does better, I like it. So that's kind of why I think Aaron Wright here. I got 3 check marks on it, so I really like that one. Even Glover over Woodland. Just Gary's not been. His approach has been a little iffy. He's missed 4 of his last.
Yeah, I know. I want to play him too.
I got to see it for the most part. Like we've hit 2 of the last 2 outrights. And this is what's been working for me. So it's, if you check both those boxes, you've been really good of late in these key stats, which is greens in regulation, 125 in, a decent off the tee, and a solid approach game. If you have that of late, and also you've had some good course history, that's a bet on player, in my opinion. So we got a couple of them in there in the 6-pack there, guys. We're not going to take too much more of your evening. Connor, you got anything else, buddy?
Oh, we're good to go, brother. I think we're good.
All right, guys.
We'll put out on Twitter all our shit here.
Yeah, soon. I don't see my handle there, so I'll tell them the handle there. It's EGO47, guys. EGO47_ on Twitter there. Shoot me a message. You guys got any questions regarding any golfers, any matchup bets, top 20s, DFS? And we can give you some DFS insight. That is, I'm gonna maybe try and get into more DFS going forward. So. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Trooper, what's going on, Trooper? Yeah, we need to catch some winners. See if we can make it 3 for 3, buddy. We hit Scheffler and Neiman there last week. So, and then even first round leaders too, Cage, Lee, and Neiman. So, I'll go for the 6-pack one more time for everyone just tuning in. We're gonna jump right out of here after the 6-pack. It's Lowry, Bezatenhout, Hughes, Palmer, Kirk, and Rye. We're gonna be drinking Rye on the rocks, baby. Let's thank you so much, guys. Awful way to cheap jokes. Sorry, I'll say a little better at that, but cheap joke.
It's all good.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Pub Sports Radio, guys. If you don't already know, we got a big event going on end of March, 24th to the 31st. It's going to be action packed. Basketball game, NCAA game, horse events, golf. We're going to be at the Golf Valero Open the last day on the 31st. So everyone that's a sports fan, you guys want to get together, we'd love to meet you guys and cash some tickets. This is going to be the Pub Sports Golf Show, guys. Sorry, I'm starting my words here. It's been a longer show than usual. But thank you so much, Connor, for doing this, my guy. We'll be back again next Monday, guys. Look out for us at 1:30, a little later today, but 1:30 going forward. You guys be good. Take care. Leche. Elos. Bookmakers.